To the full frontal investigation. I will be your host. You a pussy, Rich Holmes. For the next couple hours or so, we do afternoon live here. The question of the day is, okay, tax the church, yes or no? Okay, and this, I know it's people like, oh, you shouldn't tax the church. Why not? Why not? That's the question of the day. Okay, tax the church, yes, no, why not? Okay, I would like to see everybody's engagement because we're going to talk about this today. And we're going to have an open discussion. Phone lines open, 314-492-3356. Anybody wants to call in, we'll talk about it. Some of the things that I've seen as a non-Christian or whatever people want to label it, atheist, whatever. I see a lot of scamming going on. Money laundering, tax evasion, misappropriation of church funds, living lavish lifestyles, buying private jets. Who does this? Who does this? I don't even fucking go to church, but you know what I see is tax money being taken away from the system, right? Now, based off some recent reports from Ministry Watch, I think it was, or was it Trinity Phi? Let's take a peek here. Let's see. Trinity Phi. It was Trinity Phi, okay? The estimate this year for 2024 alone, okay, Christian leaders are expected to embezzle $86 billion, everybody, okay? 86 billion. Who's the pingo? You a pussy, Rich Holmes. Get the link in the chat here, and you guys can read it for yourself. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of fucking money. And most of the time, people are just sitting back and say, oh, well, we're sending money here, here, here. Yeah, I see that. That's a big problem, too. But one of the foundations of America, the church, the institution of the church, right? Why are they getting away with laundering these huge amounts of money, man? Insanity, right? We all got to sit back and pay taxes. I firmly believe this day we need to fucking tax everybody. I don't give a fuck who you are, man. If you're homeless, I get it. But the churches, they need to be taxed. This is enough. The bullshit is enough. They've gone on long enough, day after day, night after night, jet after jet, saying, oh, well, God needs the money to advance the kingdom. Well, what the fuck does God need all this money for, everybody? He's already in heaven where the streets are paved with gold. But he needs money? Hey, Rachel, how you doing? Question of the day. Tax the church. Yes, no, why not? Okay. Phone lines open. 314-492-3356. We could go over W-2s and look at some of these exemptions that these people are taking. We got Stephen Furtick, David Taylor, Catherine Craig, Jesse Duplantis. I mean, you got all these church leaders, right? You got these church leaders that claim to be pastors, right? But here they are. They're taking these huge, huge property exemptions, okay? They're taking huge cuts of money, hiring their family members to do fucking posh-ass jobs, right? Yeah, and Catherine, she doesn't put a D. She also doesn't put a T in important. Yeah. And Catherine Crick, she says Lord, okay? She doesn't say Lord, she says Lord. Praise the Lord, okay? But today, tax money, man. Tax money. The church is set to embezzle $86 billion. Do we tax them or no? Do we have criteria that once they hit a certain revenue amount, they're like, okay, fuck that. By law, you now have to give back at least 10% of that shit. Hey, Danielle, how you doing today? Imported. Yeah, she says imported. Yes, that's the, yeah. So that's the question of the day. I don't know how it is in Sweden, Danielle. Does the church get taxed? I think that's, they ought to be required to prove that most of the money goes back to the community, right? Anything less needs to be taxed. Not that politicians would be any better stewards, exactly, right? And we don't do politics, but at the end of the day, why doesn't the government touch the church? Politics, money, votes, right? It's all about money. It's all about that tally mark on the fucking ballot, right? That's why politicians and churches, they're like, oh, we don't want to touch the church because you know what? That's our votes. That's our popular vote right there. The Christian vote, everybody. All that bullshit aside, how much should we tax the church if we were to do it? What do you guys think? If we're going to tax the church, right? If we were going to tax the church, what would be a fair tax? No, I'm talking in America, because I know other churches, some bog charity scamming people's. Okay, yeah, see, and okay, here's the thing: in America, the 501c3, man, it is built to scam, dude. It is built to scam, um, and that's all there is to it. It's built to scam, dude. Then you can open up LLCs and five other names and incorporateds, and then you could just bury shit even further into paperwork, man. Um, okay, so they have posh, they have grifts over there in Sweden too. Hey, Matt, how you doing, man? Um, if there was going to be a tax, Matt, what do you think a fair tax would be on the church? I think once they hit like a certain, when it becomes a business, they need to be put on the books. Tax on any money or land value end of the year. If they got donations and can prove they help others, no tax. Exactly, right? Criteria, right? Criteria for a tax bracket. They got to start fucking showing proof. A proof is solid, man. If they start coming up, I've talked to some people overseas, and in some churches overseas, they're very open about their records. Like, yeah, here's our bank statements. Here's where the money's going. Yeah, and that's, Matt, I think it's a fair question to ask too. We all got to sit back and pay taxes. Like, I was a veteran owned business. I didn't get a fucking tax break. I should have got a fucking tax break because I'm veteran owned. But no, I got fucking taxed the highest. Fuck, man. Self employment, even in a veteran owned business, I got hit with a fucking huge tax bracket. Why can't I get a tax break? I'm a veteran owned business, running my own shit, making my own fucking money. Why am I getting taxed? These churches, they run scams and they don't get fucking taxed, but I gotta go out, bust my ass, fucking report my taxes, and then get hit with a higher tax bracket. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. So it's like pretty much everybody shouldn't be in government because that would require them to make that legislative decision, right? Okay, we have to have legislation now. What defines a church? What's the criteria? At what point does it become a business? Because at the point now, it's more rock star and business than anything, right? The way I see it. No, Crick doesn't lead a church. No way. No, this she's leading a fucking cult, bro. Hers is a cult straight up. There's nothing church about it. No, hers isn't a church. Hit that like too when y'all get in here. My name is You a Pussy Rich Holmes. And the question of the day is tax a church. Yes, why? Why not? Sometimes I am a firm believer that if the church is doing right, they don't need to be taxed. I think that's if the church is doing right by the books, fucking don't tax them. But the ones that are doing wrong, they need to be taxed. But then again, should it be fair across the board? Should we punish the ones that are doing the right thing or just punish the ones that are doing the bad? Right? Just real quick, I just got off the phone with my post office. I told them, long story short, they're going to fucking stop delivering my mail because I told them, hey man, you can't stop me from getting my mail once it's delivered. Whether the mail carrier is there or not, that's your guys' problem when you guys have theft. I'm not that guy, and I don't like being fucking presented as a thief. He's like, well, that's your prerogative. I was like, you know what, fuck you guys. Anyways, long story short, yeah. Because of some fucking asshole, they got to punish everybody, right? To catch my drift, do we do a corporal punishment where we punish everybody? Or do we just the individual, right? Do we just go after the Joel Osteens, the Jesse Duplanises, the fucking Stephen Furdicks, the Catherine Cricks, the David Taylors, the Daniel Adams, Saldivar, Savchuk, Cockboy, Hain? Do we just go after those people? Our mail carriers, because it's rural, Uncle Jake, it's we have meth addicts and people breaking into mailboxes. I have informed delivery just real quick. I see when my shit gets delivered, right? And my mailbox is about a 10-minute walk. It's a nice walk actually, right? 10, 15, 20 minutes and I'm to and from. Last time I went and picked up my mail, the mail carrier was still there. My shit was locked. I had my key, right? Had my key. Said my shit was delivered. She was finishing up on the other end of the mailboxes, right? I go over the chain. I unlock my shit, get my package, and say bye. She looks at me. I'm like, you know what? You can't keep me from getting my mail. I'm sorry. Jesus. Yeah. No, they're fucking mail carriers out here. I was like, you know what? I found out too. I'm branding now. I do. I live rural as fuck, dude. Yeah. And what I found out is that our mail carriers are fucking contracted. Now I know why the mail's all fucked up because they're not even postal carriers. They're fucking contractors, man. They're fucking contractors, man. I do too, Tilo. I see both sides of it. I do. I like to look at the good and the bad on both sides, right? you go after every church that has failed its mission. That's a good one, Jess. I'm with you. I see both sides. Because I've talked to churches that are doing the right thing. I really have. There's churches that are doing the right thing. We can't. C3 in the bar is low to start a charity. Yeah. Are you a gym trainer? No, I fucking hate the gym, dude. Are you serious? Anyways, we're talking about tax the church. Read the fucking comment. What would you do? Hey, Hassan, if you're in America, do we tax the church? If we do, why and why not? Why or why not, Hassan? Ask that. That's the question of the day. Tax the church. They're laundering money, human trafficking, sex trafficking, labor trafficking, money laundering, tax evasion. Sure. Okay, cool. Tax them. Right on. Appreciate it. Put your vote in the poll, man. So again, look at Benny Hinn. Checking all these churches. We dump money into fucking other people's wars. What's the difference? Why are we so quick to... It's weird. Like, our government are so fucking pussy whipped of touching the church. I don't get it. I don't get it. They'll hand them the exemptions, right? The IRS will hand them the exemptions, and when they start committing the crimes, they're like, oh, well, we don't want to touch them because you know what? That's the church. I don't know, Hassan. You're gonna have to ask yourself that question, man. But anyways, I'm not gonna let you troll my chat. Goodbye. After every church has failed its mission. Yeah, because every church has a mission statement, right? I just mean the rules should be easy, not complicated. They should be easy. No, I'm with you, Daniel. They should be easy, right? They shouldn't be complicated. There shouldn't be exceptions, and the rules shouldn't be complicated. No. Yeah, the IRS isn't equipment to handle the population, but I want to repeal the 16th Amendment too. Yeah, what is that? Tax? I'm fucking rusty on the amendments, Uncle Jake. Let me see. Let me pull it up here. Pull it up here. To levy an income tax without yeah, okay, there it is. Allows Congress to levy an income tax. Yep. Without apportioning it among the states on the basis population. So Congress can levy a tax without apportioning it based on states. Tax by tiers. Okay, that's a good one, Tilo, for sure, right? Tax by tiers. Okay, if your church says let's take fucking cockboy fucking Robert Morris, for example, right? Let's take Robert Morris, for example. His church is worth $500 million easily, right? Hey, once you hit $500 million, guess what? You better be giving at least 30 of that back to the fucking public, to the community, building fucking hospitals, whatever, right? Building like Christian hospitals, St. Mary, I don't know, something back to the community, medical, mental health, opioid, but nobody thinks like that, right, Daniel? It should be easy. That should be easy. Exactly, tax by tier. I'm with you, right? Tax it by tier. Okay, guess what? You're a mega church. Guess what? Now you just hit a 25% tax bracket because you're now bringing in this much money. We're taxing you 25% right off the fucking top. And guess what? We're going to audit you every 2 years too. Make sure you're doing right with the money. Simple. Done. Well, I'm just, you have St. Luke, St. Mary's, I get it, Jess. I get it. Tilo, tracking, bro. Tracking. Cap rules, exactly. Cap rules, exactly. Jesus about taxes said, give to Caesar, which is Caesar, and God to what is God. When a church is tax free, they are slave shot the state. Well, and here's the thing. Talking to some of these Christian leaders, they think that us taxing them is persecution. But please, let's talk about that now. Is taxing persecution? Is taxing the church persecuting the church? I don't think so. I don't think we're persecuting them. I think that's fair. I get taxed. Oh, when we get taxed, we're getting persecuted. I'm going to start calling it persecution. When I got to fucking pay my taxes, I'm being persecuted by the IRS. That's what I'll start saying. Hey, fucking April 15th is rolling around. The IRS is persecuting me, goddammit. Okay? I'm fucking tired of them persecuting me. The IRS, they're suppressive persecutors. Okay? I've talked to Matt about this all the time, man. It's got to be fair. I think it's got to be fair. Tilo, badass point. When you hit a certain bracket, hey, Start tiering them, right? Start tiering the churches, right? When you start getting this much money, guess what? When you're starting to get that private jet status, guess what? We're taxing you 10% luxury, bam, right off the top. Because church isn't supposed to be about luxury. I would say not taxing at least mega church is persecution of the taxpayer. Yeah, I just give to the runaway animal shelters. That's what I do. I would go donate to animal shelters, veterans, shit like that first before I'd ever donate to a church, man. Ever. Because at least I know if I went to my Legion Hall and gave my Legion, my post commander, a money order or a check, be like, here, I want to donate this to the Legion Hall and I want it to go to a veteran who needs something. I know it would go to that. I would feel so good about it. And I know that my money would be going to a good place and I wouldn't need to question it. Exactly. See, like the books, right? They make revenue on their books. Well, they don't get taxed on that shit, which they should. They don't get taxed on any revenue, man. That's the bullshit about it. Runaway animal shelter where I got Max. Okay, so you got Max from the runaway animal shelter. Perfect. See, paid back, right? Like they gave Uncle Jake a badass dog as a therapy dog. Max is fucking badass for Uncle Jake. Authors should be taxed. Yes. Joel Osteen should be taxed on all his books, I think. Hit that like too, man, when y'all get in here. My name is Jewel Pussy Rich Holmes. And the question of the day is tax the church, yes, why or why not? And I have tagged Catherine Crick, David E. Taylor. I just gave them $1,000. It helps his taxes. Okay, cool. So it helps his taxes. Because you do, when you donate money like that, you do. You can write that off at the end of the year. Tom Tilo, I think it's a wonderful topic to discuss, man. Because like Uncle Jake said, right? Hey, I gave to an animal shelter. They give me a receipt, and then I claim that at the end of the year. I get a write off on that, right? I don't know what. I still to this day don't know how the fuck write offs work, and I hate it because I fucking hate taxes, right? I hate the persecution from the IRS. Lowers my taxes. Yeah, right. Maybe a little bit, maybe like a few cents, Uncle Jake, like $10 maybe over 20 years, right? Mm. Um, so yeah, it is, Thomas. It's a good topic. I know it's controversial and people don't want to talk about it, but it's like, okay, well, when do you talk about it? Could churches do write-offs if they were taxed? I think they should. If they're being taxed, they should be able to do write-offs, right? So it lowered your bracket. Okay, lowered your bracket a little bit, Uncle Jake. Could churches do write-offs if they were taxed? I do. When I was getting taxed for my business, I could write shit off. Why couldn't a church? Exactly, Thomas. When I was running my window cleaning business, right, dude, you could write anything off against a business, bro. Fuck, dude, you could write off electricity, square footage in an office, your maintenance, your gas, your clothing, your food, your hotels, your equipment. Dude, you can write everything off, bro. That's the thing. That's what I don't get. Like these churches, they make the mega churches, right? They make a lot of money. They could write so much shit off, right? They could write off certain programs. They could write off the buildings. Dude, when it comes to running a business, you can fucking write anything off against a business, man. Especially a church. You write everything off against it. Be like, fuck, church program, everything, no tax, no tax. It's for the church, for the business, for the business. Trust me, that's what I did. But yeah, Hillsong was basically like a rock concert, man. That's all they were. They were a rock show. They were a Christian rock band. They could help people and write off everything and will benefit everyone. Exactly, right, Tilo? It'll benefit everybody if they start writing shit off. Be like, put it back in the community. But we put the donation numbers in the weekly bulletin, even the cost to print the bulletin. Yeah. When you're a millionaire pastor, you should be taxed to hell and back because you're obviously not doing the job right. I did see Carl Lentz in Denmark 10 years ago. Yeah, and it is right. It's not about God with Carl Lentz or any of these guys, right? Hit that like, man. Y'all get throw some subs up in here. I know some of the people are probably just trolling too, and that's fine. Um, and yeah, Carl Lentz, it's an all rock show. Benny Hinn, Greg Locke, they're all doing it, man. And they all love this tax free gig, right? Because it's free money. They can take in as much money as they want, they can do what they want with it when the government says, hey, where's the money? Oh, we don't got to tell you, we're the church. When I get persecuted by the IRS this year, next time don't, I'm going to, I fucking so don't want to file my fucking taxes one year, man. I really do. I really do. Just to tell the IRS, fuck you guys. I ain't filing my fucking taxes this year. You guys have taken enough money already from me. Why don't you go fucking take some from the churches that are laundering it, huh? I really wish. I'm going to. Next time I file, next time I don't file them, they come, how come you didn't file your taxes? Oh, I'm a prophet. I don't have to file my taxes. God called me to be a prophet, so I don't have to report my taxes to you. Where's your 501c3? I don't need that. I'm a prophet. I don't. Just claim apostleship, right? Just claim apostleship. Be like, I'm a prophet. I don't have to answer you guys. I'm a prophet. God anointed me, and I'm keeping my money, and I don't have to tell you where it's going. Paid $11 billion last year in taxes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, but the dude's. Do you know what 11 billion is to him? Nothing. Fucking pocket change to Elon, just like Bill Gates. If Bill Gates dropped $100, it would cost him more to stop and pick it up than just to fucking keep walking, Uncle Jake. Same with Elon. If Elon dropped a rack of cash, it would cost him more money to turn around and pick it up than to fucking keep walking. That's how much the guy's worth. I get it. That's how much a lot of these fucking billionaires are worth. They are so fucking rich, right? Even these church pastors, if they dropped money, it would be better for them just to keep walking. Because they just fucking rake in money like that. They're always making money. No, when they're sleeping, they're making money. Bill Gates, they're all the same. Apple, fucking Steve Jobs, all those people, they're so fucking rich that they don't need to worry about money ever again. Yeah, they're so rich they can use unlimited maxi pads, right? David's all, hey, how come I don't get unlimited maxi pads? David bought out all the poise pads in America. He won't switch brands. Salute, what's up, True Emperor? Agree, tax the church, right? And we're having an open discussion about it. Hit that like. If you think yes or no, I left a poll in. Please leave it, and we'll discuss it. All right. I'm watching the poll right now. A lot of people are saying yes. A lot of people are saying yes, and I support that. But how do we go about it, right? What's the proper steps? Writing letters to Congress, being like, okay, we the people, as it says in the Constitution, we're fucking tired of this shit, okay? We're tired of these mega churches. We're tired of the money laundering. We're tired of the fucking trafficking. We're done. We the people, right? Does it say we the fucking Senate and the House and the judicial? No, it says we the people. So charity pay no tax in the U.S. Nope, they don't. They don't pay taxes. No, they don't. Goodwill, Salvation Army. What is there? The Best Friends Animal Society is the Satanic Church. Yeah, see, and that's where I'm at. More awareness, right? It's like to raise corporate taxes to the tax increase just increases the cost of what the corporation sells. But how, Uncle Jake, but yep, as well. Yep, they use it in the launder money. Yep. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing we're saying. The 501c3 in America is set up to launder money, man. It's dirty, trust me. I've talked to people, I won't say who, but I know for a fact the 501c3 is set up to fucking clean money, man. It is dirty. The 501c3 needs a complete overhaul. But I wish we worked for the fucking IRS. They need us at the motherfucking IRS, man. If they had our community at the fucking IRS, the IRS would be like, shit, we don't got to do our job anymore. Fuck, these guys got it. Yeah, there's some shady shit that's gone on with Goodwill, though, too, Jess. Red Cross, too. They all do it. Trust me, they all do it. I know they do good things, trust me. But everyone's got some fucking dark shit to it, okay? Goodwill's huge, man. Yep. David, I don't know. He's going to eat the whole turkey in one sitting. Hit that like. We're talking hobby, tax a church. Yes, why? Why not? I left a poll in. Please you guys leave your vote in there. We're having just an open discussion, and it should be fair, right? It needs to be fair. Just like we get taxed, it needs to be fair. Exactly. I want to be a billionaire one day, but hey, you need to do the right thing with the money. right? You need to be right with the money. I think it's fair. Tax them all. Yeah. It is. No, I'm with you, Chuck Wood. Not right the political pool, but taxing the mega church is fine, but giving that money to a government that's as crooked as the thieving grifter seems stupid. No. You put the money back into social services, back into the states. You walk right into a fucking hospital and you give them a fucking check for 50 million. Right? None of this bullshit going through bureaucratic fucking loopholes. No, you audit them. Um, you audit them and then you take the money, right? Like Robert Morris. Let's use Robert Morris, for example. Gateway Church, right? Big time fucking church. Big church, right? One of the biggest ones in America. Gateway. Now that those fucking charges are apparently going to be had, make them give a large percentage of fee clothe the poor. That's what we're talking about. Tax them, tax them. Hey, you know what? Once you hit this amount of money, Eric Schumann, hey, once you guys break 100 million, guess what? You need to give 20 of that back to the fucking public. No, you know what? Actually, you need to give 30% back. 30% back to the public. You can keep the other 70 for your church expenses, but that 30 needs to go back to the public. That's bullshit. It's got to be a percentage. It's got to be a percentage. It's got to be fair, and it's got to be across the board. Exactly. Javi's got a good point, right? Javi's got a good point. Don't tax them if they can show clean books free of destination scissors, right? Exactly. Free of destination scissors, crusades, or cut up limos. Exactly. Hey, your books are clean. We're not going to fucking fuck with you. You guys are doing the right thing. But hey, fucking old boy over here, do you really have that much faith in the IRS to do the right thing? No, I don't, Chuck. That's that's why we're having this discussion, because maybe we can lay the foundation for this for the next couple generations to pick up on and be like, okay, this ain't happening anymore, right? We're not gonna fucking live forever. We know that. We know our fucking end game in this. We're gonna die someday. All of us are. Um, and that being the case, we can lay the foundation now for the next several generations. They can see what we've done and be like, okay, our parents, hey Yasha, you a pussy, Rich Holmes. We can at least lay some sort of foundation for, say, my niece and nephew or their kids to be like, okay, this needs to be taken care of because look at what happened to the system back then, right? We need to fix this. They do. They only go after people like me, you, Uncle Jake, One True Emperor, Eric Schumann. Yeah, exactly. They only go after the middle working class, right? It's easier that way. Hey, Deansy, what up, man? You a pussy, Rich Holmes. I'm good, man. I'm good, Deansy. I'm good, brother. It's good to see you, man. You got Deansy from fucking Cleveland here. Exactly. If the IRS did the right thing, we wouldn't have billionaires with back taxes. Hey, at least she's not mowing the lawn, Uncle Jake. She's not mowing the lawn. uh, Uncle Jake's wife said the other day he did the mow the lawn wrong. So he gives her the lawnmower. He's like, she said I did the lawn wrong. Now she's out mowing it. Dude, I don't have one, dude. If I had one, I would fucking rock it, Hobby. But this one's for veterans called Ride and Rise Above, and it's an organization for veterans for like suicide prevention and awareness and shit. So I support this one. I'll wear it, dude. Send me one. I'll fucking sport it, Hobby. I'll fucking sport it, bro. Dude, Pabst Blue Ribbon trucker hat. I'll rock it, bro. I'll fucking rock it, dude, for sure. But back to the church. I saw that David streamed his. Yeah. Well, Deansy, here's the thing. Did you see the death threats he sent out against the channel and shit? Right. You saw that, right? I'm sure you saw that. And since then, he's been kind of under the gun, man, under the radar. Yeah, I'm with you, Chuck. Yep. Yep. Okay, so you're there for that, Deansy. Okay, cool. No, the government's not the solution. It's gotta, fuck. Yeah. Like, who do you do? What do you bring in a separate entity? what do? You bring in a separate kind of like a financial firm to do this? I mean, it's gone way out of control at this point, in my opinion. It's like, hit that like too when you're in here. 21 people in here. My name is You a Pussy, Rich Holmes. Well, yeah, Dallas, of course, absolutely. We talk about that. You're dead on, right? If they tax the church, guess what? Now they lose their support base. And I've talked to pastors and said, hey, man, I've had politicians come into my church and try to fucking scalp members, man, just like David did. Just like David did with Matthew Moore's members. David tried scalping members from his church. Same thing. Government does the same thing. They'll scalp members. They don't give a fuck. They'll scalp church members. They don't care. They don't care. Why would they? They don't care. Which is why we're talking about why the church should be taxed in the end. I know our political parties, again, not to get into the political pool too much, I know our political parties dip out of these fucking churches. I'm not dumb. I'm not fucking dumb. And I hope, yeah, in case there's a hurricane, they should tax Olstein or his trophy wife. Yeah. Yeah. They should charge Olstein a hurricane tax. 22 people in here, man. Hit that like. 20 people. Hey, Catherine, are you in here? David, are any of you trolls in here? Fuck, what's up? What's up, dude? Hit that like. Here, dislike, man. Let me know you're not a troll, because I love when the trolls are here, because if you guys are here, pay the fuck attention, man, all right? We're trying to raise awareness about how these churches are embezzling huge amounts of fucking money, and everybody's just sitting by like, oh, nothing going on here, but hey, you know what? They're doing all the work of God, but Jesus needs all our fucking money. I don't know. Is she going live tonight? Yeah, I don't trust Olstein. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. Never did. Dude's a fucking demon. Look at him, man. You look at the guy and he smiles ear to ear and he looks like a fucking demon. Then there's Catherine Crick. I'm looking at this psycho right here. I don't see her. I didn't see her post anything. She'll usually post something if she's going live. Only legitimate solution is doing exactly what we're doing, but yeah. Yep. Expose the fraud, yeah. Oh, it's Wednesday. That's right. That's right. It's Wednesday. That's right. It's Wednesday. She will be live tonight. Okay. Good. Well, Olstein is cotton candy. He's fucking soft, right? Did y'all see that video where that guy put his arm around him? He's like, hey, you're a piece of shit. Dude got fired from his job. Dude got fired from his job even though he's off the clock. Oh, she is. Okay, dope. Okay, hang on. So we're going to run this live. And while we're here doing this together. This is what I like, man. This is what I like about social media, man. I love it. So let's talk about criteria now for a church, if we're going to tax a church, okay? Say this did happen, okay? Tax the church. What defines a church? I'll see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it for you, okay? Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. Here it is, right here. I fucking love it. Oh, this one's fucking funny, dude. And I think this guy lost his job, man. I think this guy lost his job. He just got off and saw Joel Osteen. Watch, you're gonna fucking laugh, dude. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh your ass off. UK tax is like a council tax and business rate tied to public worship. Okay, see, in America, they don't pay any of that shit, Teensy. They don't pay capital gains. They don't pay payroll tax. And they don't pay any of that shit like property tax. They get exempt on all of that. Exemptions from like income tax. Okay, certain shit they do receive. Let me rephrase that. churches get tax-free on everything, bro. If a church in the U.S. makes under 50K, they aren't required to even file a 990. That's right, Uncle Jake. And David's trying to do that with KOGGC, right? Saying he makes under $50,000. But dude, he's got all these fucking properties in KOGGC's name. He's like, hey, I only make $50,000. I wonder how he's going to explain that to the IRS when he'd be like, Mr. Taylor, you a pussy, David E. Taylor. When they see all his properties in Kingdom of God Bible Church, be like, Mr. Taylor, how'd you only make $50,000 a year, but you're sitting about 10 figures in properties in multiple states? And yeah, Uncle Jake, yeah, we've seen that billing, yeah. Okay. We could. We fucking could, dude. And me and Matt already talked about it. We want to call it the International House of Punk. International House of Punk and Prayer. Yeah, yeah. Any sales, they have to pay 50% tax unless they prove that the money from the sales help the community. I think that's fair. If you make like sales tax or book sales and shit like that, and you make a grip of money, well, guess what? You need to show that at least 50% of that money went back to the community or you're getting taxed on it. Hey, why not fucking beat them? Join them. And they said, hey man, it pays to fucking start a 501c3. Any sales, they have to pay 50% tax. Oh, that's the law now? No shit, Uncle Jake, huh? Publicly published, right? Right? And here's another thing that should be done with the tax code. When the investigations are complete with these churches, they need to be made available to the public. The church says, oh, we don't have to show you our money. And guess what? And when there's a tax investigation, we don't got to tell you what happened. So Catherine should be filing a 990T because she uses her church to sell the book. Okay? I think she's about to face a lot of tax problems, Uncle Jake. David, too. If there's new laws coming into play, which I hope there is, man, maybe we're about to start seeing a change with all this with the church. And Dallas is right, too. Hey, if they find a loophole, they're going to abuse it. They'll abuse it every time. That's just what men do, man. We're vile, evil fucking beings, dude. What do you say? Like fucking Achilles said, we men are wretched things, right? We men are wretched things. We do bad shit. It all should be public record. They're taking money from the fucking public, but they're like, oh, we don't want to show you where the money's going. Okay. But hey, give us all your fucking money. But hey, when the time comes, we don't need to tell you where it's going. Who does that? What church does that? All of them do, most of the time. Not saying all of them, but these mega churches like Robert Morris, they say they gave $200 million overseas. Well, why don't you give that money back to the public here in America instead first before you send it overseas? She's taking book sales. She sells her music, all that because she speaks on it when she's... Okay, so she requires a 990. Okay, so that's something to add to her fraud report is the 990T, is that she's not filing and she's doing book sales and music sales. Okay. Our church is doing sure they don't defraud people. Got shut down because the pastor told people to sell their blood for cash donors. Goddamn right, I ordered the code red. He's on, did you order the code red? You goddamn right, I ordered the code red. Well, see, in Deansy, that's what should happen. Dude, when these crimes start coming to the surface, the government be like, cut down, shut down. Google SPAC Nation in the UK. Okay, hang on. SPAC Nation. London church wound up over financial mismanagement. A London church has been wound up at the High Court after suspicious or incorrect accounts were filed. Salvation Proclaimer Ministries Limited, that's the name of it, SPAC, also known as SPAC Nation, has also been deemed to be insolvent. Allegations the church was financially exploiting young people first emerged in 2019 by the Met Police, but the Met Police dropped its investigation in 2020. 2012, it was set up looking to help vulnerable people and offenders, which most of these people do, right? They, oh, we want to help vulnerable people and offenders. Well, do they really, though, is the question. Well, back, let's see here. Properly account for income received. All the, see, hey, Deansy, there is proof time and time and time again in America that this happens every day, all day, every fucking day, bro. And the government's sitting there with their head up their fucking ass being like, oh, we can't, how do we get out of here? We can't see because our heads are so far up our fucking ass. Why does it take a bunch of people online to figure the problem out and be like, this is what needs to be done? Yeah, easier to get drunk when you drop a pint of blood beforehand. Dude, I'm going to try that one night. I'm going to try that one time. I'm going to go give blood and then go to the bar and have some shots. Just to live on the edge a little bit. But we're talking tax the church. I got a poll in. Here's the article that Deansy was telling us about. And Deansy, see, that's just what's fucked up, man. It is. You know, I don't know if it's because the UK is smaller, land-based, you know. Hey, Milo, good afternoon. Tax the church, yes or no? Why or why not? Hit that like too. Yeah, I gave once to get money to buy beer. It's a plan. Uncle Jake's, hey, I'm gonna go give some blood, and he's like, I'm going to the bar right after this, and he's like, you know what? Give me 10 fucking shots of Jack, and I'm just gonna take them all the time. Yeah, smaller country and population. Yeah, easier to monitor. And Deansy, there's a bulk list, okay? There is a bulk data list, okay, of exemptions that are allowed to receive and a list that aren't allowed to receive. The list that aren't allowed to receive, it's fucking insane, dude. There's so many numbers on there. And what's funny is you see the same name getting different tax ID numbers time after time after time again. I don't know how. Blows my mind, dude. I'm happy to see that your country's on it and ours isn't. Because, again, Deansy, we're here talking, you're over in the UK. You're right. And the problem is people like David and Catherine, they give the good ones a bad name. So what we're talking about, pure hell, nobody would help. Police, lawyers, doctors, politicians, all of them lying. It's a major conspiracy. Same result. Yeah, I've heard OPP is pretty shitty too. Ottawa Provincial Police. Yeah, I've done some research on those assholes. I heard they're just as fucking shady. But we're talking about if there was going to be a tax on the church, right? How do you do it? What do you do? Uncle Jake brought it up. First, what's the criteria? What is a church? What defines a church? Because back in the day, church wasn't a building. Man made it a fucking building. Yeah, churches always offer you a free Bible, but then want to turn around and buy another building or another mansion. Hey, you want a Bible? But hey, we're going to go buy this fucking mansion. We're going to go buy this private jet. Thanks, donors. Appreciate your guys' hard work. Hit that like, man. 25 people in here. Show me 25 thumbs up because I know some are just trolling too. So the crap I've seen from David. Yeah. A lower rate that's provisional to the record keeping, disbursement, stricter requirements for sure, auditing and surprise book auditing. Yep. Police around here are cool. They come shooting around here with us. Yeah. Lower rate. Somebody brought up earlier, if you're clean with your books, right? If you're clean with your books, hey, we ain't got shit to worry about. We know these churches are on the up and up. What I understand, the IRS does have quite a bit of leeway into how they can monitor these organizations, but I don't think they're doing it very well. You a pussy, Rich Holmes. That'd be dope if every time you smash that like, that's what it said. Yeah, they're not going to do nothing, people, and money's needed. Hey, Cali Connected, what up, what up? How you doing today, man? Salute. Tax the church, Cali Connected, yes or no? Why or why not? Criteria, what should the tax bracket be? Oh, you entertained the JW for a while? Oh, I would have invited him in. I would love if fucking J-Dubs came around here. I would invite him in. I would invite him in and sit right down here in the studio with him. I don't think you can legit be called a church and be allowed tax exemptions. Yeah, and see, that's what we're talking about here, Deansy. Once they hit like a certain tax bracket, okay, you're now a business. This isn't about God anymore. You're just making money now. And it's he's Uncle Jake is wearing 3 socks, not 2. Yes, Milo, that's so awesome. You did Bible study for months. I love it, dude. Fuck yeah, you invited them in and did Bible study with them? Oh, I would love that, dude. I would love for the J-Dubs to come into my house and do fucking Bible study. Dude, I would pull out my fucking bag of chronic and like start packing up my shit and fucking, dude, I would go to town with them. Leather Bible and they wouldn't even touch it. Needs to be a strong border threshold that if you cross your church changes from a charity to a legit business. Yes. Make a certain amount. Definitely shady pastors and apostles get taxed. Yeah. I give you mad props. Because I don't have J-Dubs around here. Oh man, I live super rural in the country and it's all fucking God, guns, and Trump here, man. It really is. That's what it's all about where I live. God, guns, and Trump. A J-Dub came out here walking onto your property, they're more likely to get a gun pulled on them than anything. That's why J-Dubs don't come knocking here. Because most signs on people's property said do not trespass. And in Texas, when a sign says do not trespass, you typically don't trespass. Oh, it's real. See, in Texas, where I live, no, you don't just walk onto somebody's property. You're likely to get catch one, man. It really is. It's like that here. No, people just don't walk on your property here. You know, it's not a scam if people come out into the back of the horse trailer. Right? You know, it's not a scam if people come out of the horse trailer, right? Like fucking Sam Bateman or not? Yeah, Samuel Bateman from FLDS. Yep, he had those girls getting out of the back of that fucking trailer, dude. I can't believe that, man. What would stop folks like making up another name? That's what they do. What did David do, right? What did David do with his shit? Dallas, that's exactly what David did. You make up other names. JMMI, KOGGC, and Marvels in America World Healing. That's 3 fucking names for one organization. They do just that. The mob did it, dude. The mob did that. Who they go after when they wanted fucking the Gambino family? They didn't go after the number 1 in charge. They went after number 2. They got Sammy the Bull. They went after Sammy the Bull. Got Sammy the Bull to flip. Right? No news on David, man. Yeah, and if you happen to own a Captain Crunch suit or Versace belt buckle, hey, you're getting taxed, okay? Yeah, he's got more shell companies than Mahesh Express. Well, no, Mahesh Express, dude. Let me tell you something. What that guy's done, dude. Javi, we're talking about these mega churches. We'll bring Mahesh in it because these are criminal activities now, right? Mahesh, a dude that owns a fucking pay by the hour hotel, showing up to our fucking audit because we're on his property. Oh, but I don't have anything to do with the cult, okay? But you're on my grass doing a protest. Can't have that here. Oh, sorry, Mahesh. Were we fucking up your property? Were your game? The Mormon kids, they played video games and cooled off from the Florida sun. See, I think I would do that with the Mormon kids riding the bike. Be like, dude, y'all come in, just chill out, relax, play a couple video games, play with my dogs, man. You know, I'll make you lunch or something. But with Mahesh, right? That Jesus Christ, man. That never would have expected that, right, Javi? In a million years, would any of us have ever expected for Mahesh to show up at our audit with David Taylor? No, no. That that couldn't have happened any more perfect. That situation with Mahesh showing up. Him, David, the cult. Next time I'm down in Houston, I'm gonna go do some B-roll footage, I think, and see what's going on there. Okay. Yeah. Gave the water chip. Mama made a sandwich and chips. They were on bikes and a shirt and tie in Florida summer. Yeah. That's hot down in Florida in the summer. It's not good. It's not cool outside. Did you see Mahesh riding a walrus? No. No. David, yeah. David was the walrus. Okay, so we've talked tax brackets, criteria. I'd like to get back to the criteria. What is the criteria for a church, you guys? I'm going to go off camera here just for a few too. What's the criteria for a church, you guys? Really think about that. Do we? Is it like? Do we count a church as a building? No, I paid the electric. I paid the electric. Javi's like, did he pay the electric bill this month? Pretty sure he didn't. The lights went out. He's all, you a pussy, Rich Holmes. Didn't pay the electric bill. Maybe I should ask David for a donation, Javi. Ask him for a donation. Be like, hey, David, can you help pay the electric bill here, dude? I really could use your help. You know what, Daniela? I'm with you. See, man, I think there should be some kind of degree background, right? They can't just come on and say, oh, I'm a pastor. I'm going to teach all these people about God. Okay, are you going to teach them right? Yeah, I think licensing absolutely should be required. Hey, man, Daniela, hey, dude, I have to pass exams to code medical. Why can't they pass a test to be a pastor, right? Cult Watch, thank you. It's the church are the people. It says so in the Bible, not the building. So Cult Watch, we're talking today. Do we tax a church? Yes or no? Why or why not? I think Cult Watch got a good point. It says so in the Bible. The church is not a building; it's the people. So let's take all the church buildings away. Let's take all the church buildings away, and let's go back to the basics, right? I learned that in therapy. Let me tell you guys something. I learned that in therapy. It was horse therapy. It's really cool actually. And I learned in that when an animal gets scared, like they go back to the basics. Go back to grazing, right? That's what I learned in horse therapy. Like if a horse gets scared in the wild, right? If they're like running from an animal and once that fear is broken, they go back to grazing. So why not just go back to the normal where it's just a group of people that want to follow Jesus and grow in his principles together? They don't need the big foundation of the church, right? Hang on here. All right. Yeah, cash and assets greater than $1 million, tax at least 25%. Church is a group of people that want to follow Jesus. Like the physical building, right? The church is actually giving proof of giving back. Then a tax credit, like if we donate. Yeah, see, we were talking about that earlier, Cult Watch. Hey, if they're on the up and up, hey, don't tax them. I'm looking at both ends. I look at it both sides. Okay, we got the mega rich, the mega wealthy churches. Do we tax the shit out of them? Is it time to say, okay, all churches in America, time to open your fucking books. Everybody. Open the books, audit them all. No matter how big or how small they are, you audit them all. The ones that are doing fine, you give them the tax break. The ones that are doing shitty shit, you tax the fuck out of them. Like Scientology. Danny Masterson, convicted of rape. He's in fucking prison now. He was a Scientologist. Why don't they shut that shit down? Oh, Uncle Jake, he's gonna be a granddaddy again. Number 4. Dun, 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 dun. Scientology. Why don't they shut them down? Danny Masterson, again, accused of fucking rape. In prison. Don't tax them if they're extremists just for entertainment value. Bobby. Nah, we gotta tax them, man. We gotta tax them. Sorry, I had to send out a message real quick. Dealing with post office bullshit, and it's fucking stupid, man. It's fucking stupid. I get anxiety thinking about having to go to the fucking post office. See, and that's cool, Cult Watch. Like when you could see it with your eyes, like, damn, that's badass, right? I support that. I like that. Have a department in the government. That job is to fuck with assholes. Exactly. Hell yeah, tax hobby too. Tax hobby too. We're gonna triple tax hobby, okay, everybody? He's all, guys, I don't. You a pussy, Rich Holmes. No, don't tax hobby. We don't want to tax hobby too much. But yeah, that would be a good one, right? Have a department in the government. Yeah, definitely tax those church families that have more than 32 children. Yeah, man. Well, and that's the thing. That's the big problem, right, Danielle? Dude, Deb thought about that. Exactly. Who do you get to start writing the criteria for what constitutes a church, man? Believers, non-believers? I think he'll do one night with the king, even if it's only for one night, Cult Watch. Exactly. Laws need to be very simple, cut and dry. Yeah, Uncle Jake, he's fighting the IRS right now from 2013. He's basically telling, fuck you guys, I don't have those fucking records. Get the fuck out of here. Imagine IRS is going after Uncle Jake for some shit in 2013. We've been reporting David to the IRS for 5 years now, and they still haven't shut him down. Fucking IRS, man. They're like, hey, I remember that scammer, Uncle Jake Productions. We got to get him. God damn it. He owes us $20. He owes us 25 fucking dollars, and we're going to get him for 5,000 because it's interest. That 25 just went to 25,000 because you didn't pay him, okay? And again, it's all for his house that burned down in 2014, right? You see the stark difference? I got a call with someone who told me that David caused a person's whole leg to grow full length. I'd love to see that leg. Ken said his amputated leg began to grow back. To say my company made zero in a year and I had to pay a boatload of a fine. Yeah. See, I stopped. I don't even have my business anymore. And I've been trying to shut it down with the IRS, and I can't fucking do it for some reason. But fuck him. I'll let him fucking. I'll tell him, you know what, fuck. I haven't been working for fucking a couple years now. Went to school, shut my business down, and went to school. Here's the fucking proof, assholes. It was a sleeping company. Oh man. Yeah, I did. When I did business with the IRS, man. When I did my business. I had to fucking report even if I just made a little bit of money. I had to fucking report it. It's stupid. But again, we're talking tax these churches, right? If you're a business in America, you get the shit taxed out of you. You get taxed, right? But you can write shit off. But with these mega churches, I mean, wouldn't it be nice if we could just say, hey, you know what? I'm not telling you where my tax money's going anymore. Fuck y'all. I don't have to tell you I'm a church. Like Danielle said, he's, hey, when you go file your taxes next time, just tell them you're a prophet. That way they give you a tax break. Which isn't a bad idea. It's not a bad idea to proclaim prophetship and be like, hey, I'm a prophet. Yeah. David, Jesus, how about me? Yeah. Yep. After my house burnt down, all these people were bringing us food. I'm like, thanks, but I'm in a hotel right now. They're bringing you like lasagna and shit, like casseroles. You're like, hey, thanks for the food. Yeah, you can text Jesus in heaven. You didn't know that? There's a hotline now. Yeah. And Jesus is David E. Taylor's hitman, his personal hitman. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's a good one, right? The first church, I'm from Texas. Yeah, I live in Texas. Yeah. MHMD group. Yeah, I live in Texas. Yeah. Yes, I do. I live in Texas. I'm from my mother actually. That's where I come from. But I'm in Texas, yeah. Now we're talking about taxing the churches in America. Yes, why or why not? Tell me where you're watching from. Got 192 nations watching, everybody, okay? Hey, there's only 23 people in here, but there's 192 people, the 192 nations watching, okay? We got 2 million people from all over the world tuning in. It's in 8 billion houses, okay? Oh, man. Oh, shit. Mad Maxi Pad. No. Oh, yeah, I saw Mad Max, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Uncle Jake's on the news nightly. Hell yeah, he is. Uncle Jake's on the news nightly. Yes, he is. You know what? I was gonna say take this outside, but I think we'll stay in here. How are them bed sores acting out today? Yeah, David could be in here watching. Yeah, it's like first night it was a billion, then he's like, oh, it's 4 billion watching. Um, you know, I don't know how long David will be a free man for. Hang on, I gotta take my dog out, man. They do this to me. I love my dogs, but man, they really fuck with me at the funniest time. Marilyn especially. Okay, come on, dogs. Come on, Marilyn. Let's go. Take her outside. Come on, let's go. Little turd, come on. So, Daddy, I gotta go outside. Take me outside, please. Okay. All right, come on. Come on. Right, come outside here. All right. Instead of free will, it should be free David. Free the land walrus. Free the walrus, everybody. Take a backyard. Look, there's David's favorite place to eat, the trash can. Talks to him on the phone. Oh, your wife's husky. And Uncle Jake goes and hides in the garage from his wife, or he'll just go out on the lawnmower and put some headphones on. He'll go out to the garage or go out and mow the lawn. But all his wife has to do is turn the microwave on, and Uncle Jake instantly transports back to the kitchen, and he just starts kind of spinning circles in the kitchen in one spot while pissing his pants. But his one foot, right, his one foot stays stationary in the same spot, and he just kind of, it's just kind of circles in one spot, and he's pissing his pants. All right, dogs, come on, man. Rand's all, Daddy, I like to fuck with you when you're live streaming, okay? She's all, Daddy, I know fuck with you. She's out there taking her sweet ass time, man. Okay, tax the church. Must be done north to south. Come on, Marilyn. Yes, my backyard. Yeah, it's my backyard. I live in the country. Come on, Marilyn. Go on, Mary. Go ahead. Go on, bud. Hold on. Just out there standing in the fucking yard. Yeah, depends on the day. We hit that like and subscribe. My name is You a Pussy Rich Holmes. And we're talking about taxing the American church today. If you're not in America and you don't understand, that's cool. But what we've seen a lot here in America is a lot of these mega churches taking full on advantage of the system and the funds. Yeah, Max is all, hey, I need to sniff the mailbox, okay? because I'm pretty sure there's a dog that just pissed here. All right. And I need to make sure that it's my piss that goes over his. Okay. That's what dogs do. Dogs are fucking weird like that. Okay. All right. Come on, Marilyn. Get in here. Fucking around, man. What a beautiful nature. Sit. Sit. There you go. Good boy. International galactical aliens from Mars tune into Davy Cakes. Yeah. Yeah, Davy Cakes. I don't know when we're going to see that walrus live again, man. I really don't. I really don't know when we'll see him live again. It's kind of a noodle baker because based off what he did with the death threats, he had to change his whole tactic after that. He really did. Issuing open death threats like that on social media, somebody in his cult directly might not do anything, but somebody that just watches his channel might catch the drift, right? That's how I took it. David, that fat slobby piece of shit, he's not going to do anything to me personally. Why would he? He's not going to. No. That, yep. He's done death threats before, yeah. He's done it before. And I've had multiple on me too from the cult and people associated. And I've cataloged all of them. I've sent them all up. And I'll that's what exactly I told them, Uncle Jake. I told them exactly that. I was like, hey man, y'all fucking locked Charles Manson up for fucking life. He didn't kill anybody. That's what I told them. I was like, man, you guys peel it however the fuck you want. You guys slice it. You guys are the experts. I know what I heard. I know how I take these kind of threats. Y'all deal with it. Y'all deal with it. Whether or not they did, I don't know. But like I said, I take the threat serious. But David, again, he personally won't do anything. David's the Kim Jong of preachers. Well, he's got the Chairman Mao fade. He's almost got the Kim Jong fade too, right? Is that his name, Kim Jong? Yeah. Like North Korea of preachers. Let's see here. I'm trying to put up a thumbnail for tonight. It only allows one obese man, and Kim is it. Dude. Oh, I got deer in my yard too. I got deer out here. There's some big deer. Money laundering madness. No, that's not it. Let's see here. And I'm wondering how much Catherine is making too. That's one of the other ones that I think about too. Hey, Irie Dread, how you doing? Hey, how old are you, group? David's a cult leader in America. He's an American cult leader. He's a cult leader in America. He's laundering money, human trafficking, sex trafficking, prostitution. What else? Just being an overall just degenerate piece of shit to people, abusing people. Yeah. He's pretty bad, man. And only in America do you see this type of behavior, man. And only in America will we continue to see this type of behavior until our elected officials pull their heads out of their ass and do something about it. Yeah, that's cool, yeah. Yeah, no, and we're right now with David Irie. There's ever since he did the death threats and shit, he went underground, man. That was a big blow because I have the proof to show that it was me he was talking about. And I've been asked, do they know where you live? Yes. Well, how? Well, here's how they know. When did you get that? Oh, this date. Yeah, it's you know Saint Christian cult. Yeah, it's yeah Satanist. I don't know what do you want to call it. No, they're all reruns. I Dread. Nope, he's doing all reruns. No, they're all reruns. Yeah, he uses two names: JMMI, KOGGC, David E. Taylor, Apostle David E. Taylor. Everything's recorded at this point, Irie. It is. Everything's recorded at this point. Catherine. Delivers satanic sermon over delivers weekly satanic sermon on YouTube. All right. I hope she's live tonight. I really do. I need some comedy with Catherine. Yeah, David E. Taylor has full sonship. Well, see, and that's going to be a problem ultimately. Okay. Um, hey, who's that? Don't troll my chat about Freemasonry and shit. Okay. You can don't be none of that shit here. We talk about religious cults. That's cool. You want to Freemasonry shit, okay? And but just keep that shit out of the chat, okay? Don't be bringing Freemasonry and shit into the chat, okay? We're talking about religious cults here. And yes, I know fucking Freemasonry is a type of a cult, but we're talking about other types of cults here, not that, okay? Because when you start getting into fucking Freemasonry, um, you start going down fucking conspiracy theories, okay? And I don't do fucking conspiracy theories here. Everything we've done here is fact, all right? Yeah. I watched a George Carlin comedy yesterday. He mentioned dingleberries. Because we watched the dingleberry shit the other night. We introduced Milo to the dingleberry deacon. Yeah, yeah. That's something I like to introduce everybody with David is the dingleberry deacon. I really do. That's a good way to introduce David to the world is through the dingleberry deacon. It's great. People are like, yo, what the fuck, yo? Who does that? David's all, I do. So I do. I do. David's all, I do. So I shove maxi pads in my ass. Oh man. Oh man. That's the best way to introduce David into the world, I think. And everybody leave your tax the church, yes or no? Why or why not? Yeah, Uncle Jake had some people in his family that were Freemasons and shit. And I saw the medals and they're cool, but I just it's when you start talking Freemasonry, you start getting into fucking conspiracy theorists and shit, man. I just don't do it. All right, Freemasons, yeah, they come looking for you. You don't go find them. Yeah. Um. So Catherine Crick, David, who we talked about? Jesse Duplantis. We've talked about that piece of shit. Joel Osteen. Who else? Kenneth Copeland. Fuck, man. Um. Yeah. There's so much conspiracy theories behind the Freemasons, who they are, what they do. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I farted next to a stranger on purpose. Yep, just yeah, it was you, JF, earlier today. Um, you smell it? I crop dust in the fucking grocery store all the time. I am an avid crop duster. No, just kidding. But what we're talking about today is religious cults in America. If you're part of a religious organization, JF, and you're giving money, you should ask where the money goes. Okay. Um, we're here to point out the inconsistencies with what some of the churches have done in America. And we're trying to point out to people that it's okay to ask questions and that you don't have to give money to these churches, okay? Because a lot of them are doing pretty good. Just putting that out there. I don't know what your get at is if I have farted next to a stranger on purpose. Hit that like and subscribe and I'll tell you. I mean, I already did, but hit that like and subscribe and I'll tell you more. We are an activist channel, man. We don't fuck around here. We'll make your life a living fucking hell. Oh, man. We'll make your life a living fucking hell. You'll start getting fucking like flyers from Kenneth Copeland and shit like that, man. You'll be like, why am I getting all these flyers all of a sudden from Kenneth Copeland? Oh, man. Oh, shit. And the thing is you'll never be able to get him to stop. You'll never be able to get him to stop. Like, God damn, I'm getting all these fucking flyers from Kenneth Copeland and Joel Osteen and what the fuck, man? What the fuck is this? Did I piss somebody off in another life or something? You're gonna be sitting there with your dick in your hand, be like, what's going on here? I know Uncle Jake just blames it on his grandkids. He's like, it was them. He's all, it's them. It's them. All right. Who else can we talk about taxing? The church. Who else? We talked Joel Osteen, Kenneth Copeland. We did him. Jesse, Tim, David. I mean, his assets are all going to be tied up in real estate. So, and his real estate is running around the probably 10 to 20 million mark, give or take a few bucks. Catherine, she doesn't have any real estate. If Catherine Crick, right? If Catherine Crick, if she stopped preaching today, she wouldn't have anything. It would be a dead end for her, basically. She would have nothing. Well, that's a good question, group. Because in America, right? You'll remember past lives with Christ. Audio lessons, how old? Oh, the audio lessons? Those are so old. Do your churches make money? Well, churches are a business in America, group. They are. Churches in America are a business. They are a business. Most of them are. They sell books. There's a Bible, right? Why are these people selling books? What's in these shitty books that I can't get in the Bible, right? If you're a pastor. These pastors, what they do in America is they'll fucking rake bank on their donations, right? My hair's all fucked up. I'm just going to let it. Yes. I heard that this morning, Jackie. Yeah, I heard that this morning about Daystar. I was talking with Matt Moore about that. That might be pretty big, you guys. Okay? That might be pretty big. Daystar going down? That's a good one, right? I don't want to see the past live that I fucked up. Daystar is a big Christian network, I read. It's a big Christian network. A lot of people go on it. And yeah, whole video of him found on YouTube. And that's the thing, Cult Watch, it's like we have this time and time and time again of the fraud over and over again. And it's not like, it's kind of like, oh, we just found out about this. No, we know they've been doing it. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Yeah, there's going to be evidence that they're going to give to the press. Yeah, something happened. I think there was abuse. I really think there was abuse going on. I'm not sure, though. I got to look into it some more. But I was just talking with Matthew Moore about it. And yeah, Daystars could be in some deep shit. And some of those Christian networks are worth a lot of money, man. Daystar, dude, they're probably worth $500 million. $500 million, man. The others, who knows? Because again, they don't have to report those taxes because they're Christian network. 501c3 Daystar, we're a 501c3 nonprofit, okay? Daystar is a big Christian network. You got Daystar, you got Charisma, The Way TV, Word Network. There's some other women's networks out there too, but they all are just insanely fucking rolling in cash, man. It's sick. It's sick. And here we are talking about it. Do we tax these people? Start taxing the church? Will they straighten up their shit? I say tax them until the code is rewritten. Tax them just like everybody else. Tax them like you would a business. Tax them like you would a fucking regular landowner. You know, I don't know. Um, Once they start getting their shit straightened out or the tax code's rewritten, then why not go from there? But the whole tax code with 501c3 needs to be overhauled, specifically with regards to the church. These huge housing exemptions, I think those need to go. I'm sorry, those need to fucking go. The jets, nope. Can't buy any more private jets. Nope. Can't buy private jets. Um, there should be a set standard to how big your parsonage should be. And I'm pretty sure there is. It says in the 501c3 tax code, if I remember right, that the pastor should be getting a salary equal to what he does for his work, right? So if he's fucking doing a really good job and doing well with the church, he should be getting a decent salary, right? Dollar due to dollar, quitting due to honor. David says the dollar gave David his spot, but it's a lie. David pays a lot of money to be on TV. Yeah, and Colt Watch, I think David's pretty much broke at this point. Like, he had, in one of the articles from Riverfront Times, it said in that article that they had $7 million in their savings account, but they couldn't pay the lawyers. I don't get it. They had all this money, but hey, pay the lawyers? Pay the lawyers. But David doesn't. Why not? What's he hiding? What's the deal? That is what I question now with David. One, he's hiding. We haven't seen him since the death threats. He's got all the money. All these lawyer fees racking. I was talking with Matt more about this. David is paying on 4 separate lawyers right now. Let me take a peek if there's a current in court. Let me take a peek, Colt Watch. Let's see here. Missouri courts. Let me take a peek if there's an update today. But as of now, nothing's been updated. Not lately. The one down in Florida, he's still fighting. He's asking for extensions. 2396. The one up in St. Louis. Let's take a peek here. The civil motion that was filed 10/28, it's still there. And they're asking... Yep. December 12th is the next hearing. Oh, yeah. 3 movie prop rentals. Okay, got movie prop rentals. He's got the Harold Lewis case, and then he's still got to fight the case that he's being sued again for the Harold Lewis case. But he's also got, so Colt Watch, he's got to pay movie prop lawyers $100,000. He's got to pay his lawyers that defended him for movie prop. He's got to pay the lawyers that are now defending him for the case against Harold Lewis, okay, that just started. And then he's got the Harold Lewis case that he still has to pay $350,000 fucking dollars in lawyer fees on. No politics on the channel. Thank you. Keep all politics off my channel, man. If you voted for Trump, I don't give a fuck, okay? I really don't. Keep all fucking politics off my channel. Fuck Trump. Fuck Kamala. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck them all. I don't give a fuck. My yard sign says fuck them both 2024. Does that tell you where I stand with politics? Keep it the fuck off my channel. Okay? Trump, it's a fucking shithead, just like David. Dude shits his pants. So does Biden. All right? I find it fucking ironic that people will vote for somebody that willingly shits their fucking pants and has somebody clean it up for them, okay? Fuck them both. Fuck them all. I don't give a fuck about politics. If politicians gave a fuck, we wouldn't be here having this conversation about churches embezzling 86 billion fucking dollars. You know why the fucking church doesn't get investigated too much? Because the fucking votes. That's why. Keep it the fuck off my channel. Yeah. Yeah. No, here in America, yeah, they fucking fly jets and private fucking mansions and shit. Yeah, no, it's a scam here in America, group. When you get into the bigger churches here, Colt Watch, I think he's teetering on the $1 million mark with legal fees now. I really do. He has to be, Colt Watch. He has to be. He's got to be. All the money. Okay, so figure just the one up in St. Louis, Colt Watch, $350,000, right? The one down in Florida, that's another 108. That's 450 by my count. Now, he's got 2 liens on one property down in Florida, totaling 26 grand. Now, by my count, that's right. That's $500,000. Okay. And then he's now starting to accrue fees for this new case on both motherfucking sides. This is what makes this real interesting, right? So he's paying movie prop lawyers. He's got a judgment on that. So he's got to pay 3 different fees there. He's got to pay the judgment, the lawyers, and his lawyers. Okay. The judgment plus 2 lawyers. He's going to pay the judgment on movie prop. He's going to pay their lawyers, and he's going to pay his lawyers, right? Now, the case up in St. Louis, yeah, the fees for 2023, 2024 haven't even been discussed yet. Yeah, there's still legal fees being decided. By the time we're done, David's going to owe at least $1 million, I think. Combined. Has more in common with Pontius Pilate, who wrongfully indicted Jesus. Yep. Then Jesus. Yep. Yep. So now he's accruing fees in St. Louis on 24S on circuit case 02396 up in St. Louis. Not only is he paying for the lawyer that's defending him now, he's also paying the other lawyer that's prosecuting him now for the fees. Plus, when he loses, he's going to have to pay all the fees that he owes the fucking previous case, $350,000 fucking dollars plus tax and interest. That case, just that case, I shit you not. By the time it's done and over with, that case alone is going to be at the $500,000 mark. David's going to be like, well, how come I owe all this money? And they're like, well, you didn't fucking pay the fee. You accrued interest over the last 2 years. Now it's up to $500,000 fucking dollars. But David had $7 million sitting in his savings account in 2022. He could have paid the case off, but he didn't. Why would he do that? Why wouldn't he? Well, because he didn't have the money. Storage fees. Oh, dude, they're going to get him on storage fees, I think, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The war said, obey and give glowing from his library the 14th month. David's all, I was born in the 14th month, okay? He's all, because I get a Davies dozen, okay? I get 14 donuts, okay? I don't get 13, I get 14, okay? Because it's 14. Yeah, yeah, Chuck, that's how I stand with politics, man. I don't do politics. I don't do politics. I know everybody is very politically set in their ways in America, and I respect that. I'm set in my ways. I don't like our government. I think they're all a bunch of fucking greedy fucks, just like these pastors we're talking about. I think they don't give a fuck about us, and all they care about is our votes and our fucking tax money. Our government is literally capitalizing on their own fucking taxpayers. Yeah, cameras were different, or calendars were a lot different back then, okay? Just a couple years ago, calendars were different. They had 14 months on them, okay? Then they changed because David E. Taylor said so. David's all, hey, we got to have 14 months on these calendars now, okay? All right? I really hope Catherine's live tonight. She typically is. Hey, Jay. Jay, what platform is Catherine going to go live on tonight? YouTube? Most likely. She's a social media whore. She's a social media whore. She's got to be live on everything. Love David like a husband and probably do wife duties. Yeah, no. Colt Watch, imagine being Michelle and having to do like his maxi pad change outs. I think when David needs his pad changed out, he just lays on the floor and puts his feet up and just lays there until somebody comes and does it. He just lays there like a fucking dead cockroach with his arms and feet up, well, with his legs up. He lays back like a baby and he kicks his knees back as far as he can and he just waits there for somebody to come change him. I don't know, Chuck. Dude, that is one question I ask. What dipshit lawyer would take on David E. Taylor as a client after his track record? I'd be like, I can win this case. Yeah, this is a great case. I'll win this one right off the bat. Yeah, he's sucking on a bottle too. Yeah. Cold Watch had been married 25 years and still won't do gross stuff. Yeah. David's all, hold my maxi pad. Yeah, but he's holding the bottle with his feet, right? He's holding the bottle with his feet while just, he just fucking waits there. Shitty maxi pad and all, right? He's like, I'm just going to lay here till somebody come changes me, all right? And that's David E. Taylor, all right? But we haven't seen him. We had talked about that. He changed his whole game plan since the death threats. The one thing that still fucking bakes my noodle, man, to this day, right now, still, what the fuck made him come out and say all that shit, man? Honestly, what would have been the one triggering event, right? Because there's always something that triggers it, right? There's always going to be something that triggers a behavior like that, right? To trigger something like that. I still want to know what the trigger was. It's like with PTSD. You get triggered, right? What made him fucking lash out that night? Maybe the tax records. Well, and you know what else too? Is the day he did it, I think what he saw that I tried to get records out of the Harold Lewis case. Insider interview. Okay. Insider interview. Cool, Jess. Right on. All right. I'm still kind of trying to figure out too. About the same time you found out, then you went to Houston. They didn't arrest you when they circled your car. Yeah. Well, because when me and Quality went back the second time, they had already sent the death threats. It was after that me and Quality went back and did that second protest. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that time I went alone? Yeah. Yeah, the convoy of miracles is about to leave Houston. You know what, Colt Watch? It's all right. It's all right. We play chess here, right? Yeah, so it was the first audit that I went alone. Yeah, I got in big trouble for that too by a lot of people. I got so much trouble for that. The only thing you want to do is tax them? Well, Colt Watch. No, I've been instructed to by other people, higher powers and shit like that. Yeah, they said don't ever do that again. I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I would never know. No, I've been told by all of you guys. No, I've been told by a lot of people. Trust me. Don't ever do that again. I got phone calls, emails, everything. And group, all we can do is tax them. But again, when there's criminal activity, sometimes the statute of limitations runs out in America, but that's hopefully going to change. That's why we're here talking about it. The only thing we can do now is tax them. That maybe they'll straighten up their acts, right? Because they've been getting away with these tax laws and these tax breaks for fucking years, man. For years and years, and now it's all coming to a head, man. The money and the lies have finally caught up. You know what, Colt Watch? Next time I go there, I'll make sure I tell them. I'll make sure I tell them that. I will make sure that I tell them. Hang on, to Catherine Crick's weekly satanic sermon. Right there. And Stephen Hassan always said, you can't force people to have a belief system, right? You can't force people to say, oh, I don't believe in that. Well, okay, that's fine. I get it. But when do you start questioning it? Yeah. Like that's the thing with Catherine Crick too. There's so much negative publicity out there about him. Catherine Crick, David Taylor. Um, there's so much negativity out there about him, but yet people are just still kind of, oh fuck, I'll give him more money. I don't care. Give him more money. Why not? Why not? Buy your way into heaven? No, it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. Does not work that way. Anybody's trying to buy their way into heaven, um, I feel bad for you in a sense, man. I do. I'm not even Christian. I know you can't buy your way into heaven. I don't go to church and I know that. You can't fucking buy your way into heaven. Some people may think that, oh, I can tithe and buy my way into heaven. No, just be a good person. Love God and you'll be good. You don't need to be a piece of shit and give all your money up. You don't need to be a degenerate. You don't need to be a narcissist like David or Catherine and think you have this special anointing. Read your Bible. Be a good person. Yeah, and you can't buy a fucking miracle. Catherine couldn't buy a miracle. Catherine couldn't even miracle a fucking miracle cult watch. Catherine Crick. Yeah, there's no Wells Heaven Bank, everybody. David's all, yeah, there is. I've already got my stake in it. Me and Jesus opened it up together. He's all, I'm the CEO and Jesus is the CFO, okay? Jesus is down below me, okay? I'm not the CEO. I'm the CEO. Exactly. If you could buy it, it wouldn't be a miracle, right? If you buy it, how's it a fucking miracle? Jesus is my cosigner. All right. I know, right? Hey, that's a good one. Hey, that's a good shirt, man. Jesus is my cosigner. I like it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Like Homer said, this is ground zero, and David is the closest thing to God and can heal anything. I bet David can't heal his fucking chronic fucking booty bandit problem about not wiping his ass. If David could heal anything, you would think he would pray that he could fucking be healed of his non-ass cleaning problem. But he's like, I don't know. I just prefer to be a smelly sloth, okay? I think all I think I think all churches try to sell heaven, man. Yeah. Yeah, Uncle Jake, that'd be a good one. Yeah, let's. Milo's got the next shirt. We're gonna put that on a shirt, Milo. Jesus is my cosigner. That's what we're putting. We like to when people drop funny shit in there. We like to make shirts out of them, man. Like this one. This is what David said. God gonna get you. So I bam, put it on the shirt, man. I get a lot of looks too. You a pussy, Rich Holmes. Hang on. Wait a second here. Hang on a second, guys. I got to. Recently died of cancer, and David said it happened because they had questions about David's teaching as of recent. He's such a piece of shit. Yeah, David, you know what? David said I was going to die too, and then his mom died like 2 months later. So, yeah. Cat Mom, that address I gave you, yes, it's San Antonio. Yes. Okay. Just check your text out, Cat Mom. Hang on. Let me double check this for you real quick. Yeah, that should be it. Hey, thank you for the seed, Chuck Wood. Hey, and Marley's actually right. He's right here. See him? Marley's all, hey, I'm right here, okay? He's all, I'm in the God gonna get you. He's all, God gonna get you, okay? Marley say, God gonna get you. He's all, yeah, that's the right address, Cat Mom. Is Butters? Butters. Butters is all, hey, I like to give pup cups to Marley, okay? I fucking love chickens too. Yeah, I'll eventually get some chickens. There's a rooster that's across the street from where I live that just runs around back and forth to the yards. He's fucking badass, man. And in my town where I live, there's roosters that just walk around downtown Main Street and shit, and they stay in this certain area, but they cross back and forth, and people like wait for them and shit. It's fucking funny, man. Can't verify that address. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, that should be it, Cat Mom. Let me take a peek here. Give me a second. Yeah, that's the right one. I don't know why Amazon can't verify it, but yeah, that's the right address, Cat Mom. Let's see. Chicken. You name them all chicken. Chicken. I like to watch them run the way chickens run because they don't have knees, man. Or when they jump, they jump like real funny. They're just like. Oh man. All right, what Uncle Jank do here? Fucking Jank, dude. Oh man. All right. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Did we get everything here? All right. I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll here. So out of 52 votes, all right, 77% said yes and 23% said no. Cool. Right on. That's a good vote, man. Some people don't think they should be taxed, and I'm sure there's probably some trolls saying, no, you can't tax the church. But a good majority said, yeah, tax them. Tax them. Make sure it's fair, right? Which I think that's something we can all agree on, right? It's fair. It's got to be fair because we don't want any bitching and complaining about, oh, they paid more, I didn't. How come they paid more than I did? I had to pay more than they did. This now, God's kingdom. The fuck out of here with all that bullshit. That shit's gonna stop. It's got to be fair. Everybody's got to fucking play ball. Everybody. It's we're going into 2025, man. It's not fucking 1100 fucking AD anymore, okay? We're not in the fucking Crusades, all right? We're not fighting fucking enemies of God here anymore, okay? Some people are in other countries, but I personally am not. So why don't we start taxing these people? It should be fair across the board. And I'm going to end this at 420 here, okay? Actually, 419. That'll give me a minute. So 3 more minutes. Why is it? It's 2025. We have proof time and time again that these churches are moving huge amounts of money. I'm not saying all of them, okay? Let's just talk mega churches. Let's just put the mega churches and the prosperity pimps on the pedestal here, okay? Let's say let's just say fucking the prosperity pedestal, okay? Well, we know who those people are. You got the good churches out there doing the right thing, right? But why is it that these what's what's the take on it? Why do they get away with not being taxed? What's the problem? Politicians, votes, money. Um, is the government that scared to step up and be like, this is enough? Oh, we're gonna sue you if you do something to us. Fucking sue us. We'll fucking dude. We'll bury you in fucking money. That's fine. We'll bury you in fucking money, and you're gonna pay us back when we're done. You would think, right? Like Scientology. When Scientology was getting investigated by the IRS, and then what Scientology threatened to do to the people investigating them was press civil lawsuits against them and fucking just destroy them. How's that make sense? Scientology has outgrown the power of the government, that the government is so fucking dick whipped that they won't even prosecute the organizations that they've given these exemptions to. City by the Bay, what up? About to wrap it up, man. We'll be live here at about 8 o'clock, though. Kooky Crickster's going to be doing her satanic sermon tonight on fucking YouTube, so you can't miss that. Tax the church, yes or no? What we're just talking about is, you know what? I don't even, just keep that out of the chat, man. I'll even bring that shit in here. You know what? I've heard people here in America say, oh, we're going to have a civil war. I'm like, fucking stupid. Stupid to even say that, and stupid to think it, in my opinion. Sorry. For people to say like, oh, I hope we have a civil war. I'm like, really? You go to fucking war with your neighbor? You go to war with your family, your cousin? Oh, that's not what a civil war is. Yeah, that's what the fuck a civil war is when you fight your own fucking country. I've had people actually tell me that. I'm like, I just look at them and laugh. That's all I can do. A civil war in America? Yeah, that's the fucking one thing we fucking need right now. World War III. It ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry. World War III won't happen, man. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. You know why World War III ain't gonna happen? I'm gonna wrap it up with this. Is because all these rich fucks want their fucking money, bro. World War III will not happen because people are fucking greedy. All these rich politicians, all these world leaders, you know why? They want their money. Yeah, won't happen. It won't happen. The rich and powerful, they won't let it happen. They're gonna be like, no, you're fucking nuking the fucking world. Get the fuck out of here. You're crazy. Catch y'all at 8 o'clock, man.